And we're using 1.6 cc dipper here, lead dipper, so let's see what we have for a weight of this GoX 3F. And the way I've been doing that is turn this guy on here, doing this, and then I'll just brush the top off like that. Okay, and if this comes out on the scale, we're seeing a, well, can't tip her here anyway, 23.9 grains on that. That's what that says. Just gonna zero in on that. Okay, so that's the load that we're working with. I'm using a 451 Lee cast round ball and not putting any wad between the powder and the ball and not using any lube on top of that. So we're just kind of loading these dry like that. I will make sure that I put the sprue cutoff spot here on the top because I'm not having a lot of extra lead being shaved off in this case. I'm going to be shooting 5 or 6 targets like this. And I found out in the past that if I use a 454 round ball, it gets really hard to load those down, especially with my rammer here. It might be easier if you're doing it in the gun. You might have a little more leverage on that loading lever than I've got on this. I should probably put a cheater bar out here on the end of that. But like I said, I am making sure that I put the sprue cutoff spot here where the ball is cut out of the mold on the top, and that should give me a less chance of having that. Sometimes there's a little flat spot on the ball, or might stick out a little bit, whatever, giving us a chance there. There might be a slight crack between the side of the ball and the chamber wall where a flash could get by. So this kind of helps out that, since I'm not using any lube or any wads in here. I definitely don't want a chain fire going on. So like I say, I'm not recommending using a 451. The instruction manual say use a 454. I think if I was anyone else, I think I would go that way. What force I'm having to use will juggle these things around a bit. Make sure that one goes back in the right spot. Don't want to double ball that thing. Okay, that takes care of that. I think this cylinder has the chambers just rounded off just a little bit. I'm not really shaving any noticeable lead on there. I think it's getting compressed, but I believe I've got a tight fit between the cylinder wall and the ball, so I think we should be okay on this. Okay, our barrel temperature starting out at 86 degrees, and we're ready to shoot our first target, first string, with no lube and no wad in here. We'll call it just dry shooting. See if we got a speed. It says air. So we did not get a speed reading off our first shot down there. We hope that sunscreen doesn't, because I'm kind of wanting to get these speeds. That seemed to work. I got 623. .645. Note here is that on the second string I did put a little bit of lube on the arbor there to make sure the cylinder keeps turning okay. Okay, our barrel is cooled off to about 95 degrees. Yeah, or a little less. Also wanted to mention that I'm always shooting the cylinder first. That's right to the left of the I guess it's patent number, or yeah, whatever they call it on that engraved on the cylinder. All right, the third string here. Let's see what happens. $7.69. Okay, let's get our barrel temp. I'm getting about 100, 101 degrees. Yeah, it's hot enough you can keep your hand on it, but you're not real comfortable doing that. I'll check the inside of the barrel after that third string. I'm having a hard time seeing any remains of any riflings in there. It's just pretty much black all the way around there. Okay, this will be our fourth string, and that first one that's going to go off is the one I couldn't seat the bullet or the ball down as far as I would like to have. Just make a note of that. $7.58. That should not be down where that one is. Okay, let's get a barrel temp. Got 102. Yep, that feels right to me, 102. Okay, we got string number 5 coming up. Well, we got our hot water bath, and up to our wedge, don't want to lose that. I'm going to drop our barrel into that and see if we see anything coming out as far as fouling goes. I'm noticing some stuff right down in here, but I think that just dropped off the outside edge of the barrel. Let's give it a little shake here and see if we notice anything. Yeah, quite a bit of, I'd say quite a bit of black coming out there. You know, we haven't even run a rag or nothing. That's just by giving her a shake. She's getting pretty dark, the water. Let's run our barrel mop in it a little bit and see if we can see how that barrel comes out. And the reason I'm doing this is we can kind of compare the water here and how it's cleaning up. Get some idea how much fouling was in that barrel after five targets, 30 rounds. It'll give us an idea of the amount of fouling that was in the barrel from there. So, and we can compare that with the amount of fouling that's in the barrel after we shoot when we shoot wads or lube on the end of the chambers. So anyway, that's what that was about. Okay, so here's kind of what a rag looks like after we just run one rag through it after we've been in the water trough. Well, basically it's clean.